Hi guys, Dr. Sabrina Wu here with another addition to the Breakfast Club series. This is going to be the most protein-packed recipe yet, boasting about 44 grams of protein in this small but mighty bowl. If you guys know you have a busy week ahead, this would be the perfect recipe to meal prep on, say, a Sunday evening. You would just make the actual overnight oats base on that Sunday night, and then each morning during the week, you're going to top off the bowl with your superfood toppings of choice. It's that simple. So without further ado, let's jump in. Starting off with your bowl, I like using these containers from the brand Ziploc because, first of all, it holds about 16 ounces or so, so it's enough room for adding the toppings at the end. It also contains a lid, which keeps things fresh. Because this recipe, I often meal prep for like a couple of days or so, so this is nice to keep things fresh in the fridge. Starting off with rolled oats, we're going to go in with half a cup of this. And rolled oats are excellent for gut health. If you guys missed my video on 5 foods that help with your gut health, I'm going to link it for you on the screen above. This recipe actually contains 2 of those 5 foods, which is excellent. So going in with half a cup of rolled oats. Then we're going to move on to chia seeds, and we're going in with 1 tablespoon of this. Chia seeds are loaded with omega-3s, which are amazing for reducing inflammation in the body, as well as being a great source of healthy fats, which are great for skin health, hair health. It's also amazing for hormone balance because healthy fats are basically the building blocks for hormone production, such as estrogen, testosterone, progesterone, things like that. So making sure that you have a good amount of healthy fats in your diet every day is going to help with hormonal balance for sure. Moving on to Greek yogurt, we're going to be doing half a cup of this. All right, going in for some sweetness and flavor, we're going to go in with organic maple syrup. You can also use honey. I like using that as well from time to time. I just go based on my mood. So today I will be using organic maple syrup. And we're doing 1 teaspoon of this. You can do more or less. Next, we're going in with ground cinnamon, which is amazing for regulating the blood sugar naturally, and it adds an amazing taste and aroma to the oats. So we're doing 1/4 a teaspoon of this. And then last but not least, milk. I'm going in with vanilla almond milk, which is my go-to. So half a cup of milk. And that is our base. So now we're just gonna give it a good mix. So that literally took about 2 minutes or less, you guys, to just measure all the ingredients, pop it into this bowl. The base is basically done. We're gonna now put it into the fridge. Usually I'll do this the night before, hence the name overnight oats. And then by the next morning, you have an amazing base that you can top off with all these superfood toppings, and you can just grab and go. I'll often take this with me in the car, and it's one of the most filling breakfast recipes I will eat. So I like this for days when I know it's going to be super long and hectic. I don't have time to, sit down with my oatmeal bowl because this is like chilled and whatnot. You can take it on the go and it's easy to eat. I put the lid back on. It's going to keep things fresh in the fridge. So let me go grab the one I already prepped overnight. All right, you guys, presto, the magic of editing. We have a fully made overnight oat base that I made last night, and this is how it's going to look like. It's quite dense, but it's not super dry. If you prefer a more runny, thinner texture, just add more milk or reduce the amount of Greek yogurt. If you prefer it to be thicker, then add more Greek yogurt. So you can kind of play around with the kind of ratios that you like. This is just my go-to. All right, so we're now going to top off our overnight oats base with our toppings of choice. I'm going to show you guys my favorites, but you can always customize things to your liking. So I love wild blueberries. I think you guys will notice that now if you've been keeping up with all my Breakfast Club series videos. I think you'll realize I am a huge, huge fan of wild blueberries. I'm starting off with 1/4 cup or so. You can do more or less depending on what you prefer. And I'm just going to sprinkle this onto the oats. Next, we're going to go in with some raspberries, and I'm just using some frozen raspberries. I love using frozen fruit because it's just so much more convenient and it always stays fresh, and I always know that I'll have the ingredients ready to go, but that's just personal preference. So we have an excellent source of antioxidants and vitamin C coming from the berry blend here. We're moving on to organic whole hemp seeds, and these contain so many amazing health benefits lots of omega-3s, omega-6s, which are great for reducing inflammation in the body. And I love that this gives extra protein to the recipe because we can always use more protein in the morning. Protein and healthy fats are something that we really want to prioritize in our breakfast each and every morning. It helps regulate our blood sugar, prevents blood sugar spikes and those crashes mid-morning where we want to just grab that sugary granola bar to make it to lunch. So we're going in with 2 tablespoons of hemp seeds. Next, we're gonna go in with some slivered almonds. This is optional. I usually like sliced almonds actually, but they didn't have it in stock. So I just went with this and I'm just gonna do a little bit of that. And then last but not least is the nut butter. So I'm using raw cashew butter today. I sometimes will do almond butter or peanut butter depending on my mood. This though is seriously such an amazing way to change it up because I feel like almond butter and peanut butter is a little more common. I like the one from Artisanal Organics I get at Whole Foods. It's a little on the pricier side, but I think it's worth it. An amazing source of protein like many nut butters are, but it also contains a very unique flavor that I think adds to the overnight oats. Going in with about 2 tablespoons or so of this. All right, there you guys have it, a super protein-packed overnight oats recipe that you can make in under 3 minutes. This is so amazing for meal prepping, you guys. It's going to be such a time saver. Give it a try. Let me know what you guys think. And if you want more content like this, definitely subscribe and turn on that notification bell. Until next time, bye guys.